Hello there and welcome to 135 scale modeler. My name's Dean and I'm just going to do a review on two kits. These are HobbyBoss kits and as you can probably see we've got the Panzer 38T Ausf B and the Panzer 38T Ausf G. Both these kits are by HobbyBoss. There is a further kit that I haven't got, which I believe is this one here. I just wanted to do a review of these two. So the kit number on this is 80138 and the kit number on this is 80137. I think these two kits do really show what Germany or what the Germans did in the Second World War with their iterations. They introduced many, and on this particular kit what they did with the Ausf G compared to the Ausf B was, as you can see here, they've got the gun here. That's now been removed and covered off. And actually most of the armour on the B was riveted. And on this particular model, it was riveted, but by this time they'd actually integrated quite a lot of welding, particularly around the whole area to strengthen it. So that's really, I mean, there might be some other slight differences, but nothing too major. If we look in the Ausf B kit, what can we find? We find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of sprues, a small bag of photo etch, standard decals. They do have some clear parts, but these are only very small. So these will probably go in the vision ports and stuff like that. And effectively, we don't really need to check these to see if they're really excellent condition, because we're not really going to be able to see through them. And also in the box, you get a 12-page booklet. Yeah, 12 pages, 12-page booklet. It's just your standard material. It's got the sprue callouts. Calls out the decals, PE. You have the standard build there. And as you can see, this particular vehicle, at the time of the war, was using rubber. So on this model here, for instance, you will see that they're going to fit the rubber. So for those that are looking for a bit more detail in their modelling, this is quite a good thing, because what you can do is you can use a blade like this and chip up the wheels a bit. Then you put the whole together, the wheels. Now this page 6 and 7 is very busy, so whoever's going to be building this, I think it's very important that you take your time and to just really kind of work through it slowly, but you should get there. You've then got a turret to build along with the gun. Gun's movable, there's some movable parts here. You've got elements on the outside, and there's also an option to have a command vehicle, and that's with, I think they might be right near the start actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, this bit here, you can either use it or not use it, but it's like just a command vehicle. These pieces around here are all to do with a radio reception. You then have your different colour markings and callouts. There will be some codes on here actually, but they do call out, like for instance A, they call out some codes here, but fortunately on the back there with the colour callouts you can see that they've actually matched these to the Tamir. That's quite helpful. So we can pop that back in the box. I don't know if we need to get here. Let's have a look at these actually. Okay. I don't know how to open this. Oh, there's a little tiny. Okay. Nope, still. Ah, there you go. Right, so photo etch there. And what they've done is they've actually got a little plastic sleeve over that to protect it. That's the sort of detail we're talking about. them over there. Decals are decals in my opinion. You can see clearly there, I suppose, what they are. Now then, let's have a look. So this is the extra bit. Here, you can see this, you can either use it or not use it. But these bits here will be added on and they go around and they create the radio. What I've noticed actually with this kit in particular is, can you see where you've got like where the ejector points are? It's quite a good idea. So yeah, but it's nice plastic, quite firm. That's one. And let's have a look at these wheels. I want to just quickly talk about these. So you have these wheels, or these tracks actually, and again, the detail is good, but they're very tiny. I think the best way to build these up would be not to use a extra thin Tamiya or normal glue. I'd use a slow setting glue. I did actually print myself out. I don't know if I can find it actually. Let's have a look. I did print myself out a track tool. Yeah, here it is. So basically, you undo this little bolt here. This slides out, and I 3D printed this myself. And effectively, these will get built up inside. So the longer runs, yeah, fine. Shorter runs, but there's enough here. Apparently, there's about 96 per side, or 96. Yeah, I think it's about 96 per side. This is now making out the outside of the hull edge. Now, as you can see, the printing on this side is, I think, very good. Lots of good detail on the rivets. And if I turn it over, I'll just point out that interesting thing I noticed about the ejector points. So yeah, you will get some ejector points on the inside. But if you look over the top, they won't be seen. But it is maybe worth scratching them, sanding them down and filling them. You've got your exhaust here, which is incomplete, which is a complete piece. But the level of detail here at this stage is very good indeed. Something I did notice on one of the sprues, trying to work out. It might be in this kit. If it is, I'll point it out. We've got a bag of interesting pieces here. These will be all the bits that go on the outside of the tank. So, like for instance, you've got your shovel, hooks, wire cutters. I think that'll probably end up being replaced with a bit of photo HPE. Look, pry bar, cool. Don't often see a pry bar. The sledgehammer is normally used in the maintenance of tracks if they had to remove them or put them on. Axe, this would be quite handy. And the woods where it's ground soft, they could have been cutting down trees or what have you. But here we go. Oh, itself. Again, very detailed. One thing you can tell from this though is these particular tanks were quite small. How they fitted 3 or 4 people in these, I would never know. But yeah, you've got your standard ejector points on the back. But again, quality very good. There is some grease on here, so you'll need to use your standard soap and water. I think this bag might be optional as well, because it does show some fenders on here as well, and these boxes could be slightly different. I think they're on the sprue here, for instance, you can see, they've got different types. Not sure why. Oh, actually, hang on. I did notice this. That's it. If you see that piece of sprue there, it's actually protecting that bit there. So it's actually a very good idea. So you see, like, if the box crushes down on it, it won't get broken. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. They've done that again here as well. And see, look, protects this and this little piece here. So, they are thinking about you as a modeler. Put them away. Pop them in the bin. Last two bags very quickly. Again, so this will be the underside of the hull, and some of these hatches will be along the top, making up the cupola. Side ports here, vision ports, where those clear parts will go. But again, very good printing, and all the ejector points really outside. Again, that's good. And then the last bag is just the wheels really. As you can see, plenty of them, good detail, very nice indeed. And as you see, I don't keep the bags. What I normally do is I won't keep them in the box like this. I have got some little racks, and I'll lay them in the racks with the necessary ID to make sure I'm building the correct kit. But just for now, we'll pop that back in there and take a look at the G, which supersedes them all. So I think we've seen the instructions, and to be honest with you, I've looked at the instructions, and apart from the decals and some slight changes with like the cannon not being there, you're looking at a similar build. In fact, exactly the same build. Colour callouts at the end though for markings and colours are different, because the B was a lot earlier in the war, so the theatre that operated in will definitely be different to the G that was much later in the war. PE parts we've seen, I don't think these PE parts are any different. We do have different decals, fine, and I believe the clear parts as well. You know, they're not going to be any different, so I'm not even going to bother going down that road. So let's just have a quick look at these then. See, so these are the wheels from the last lot. So this is the Ausf G. Now these are sprue E. So what I'll do, whilst we've got them here, I'll hold up the B ones to it, and we'll just see actually what the difference there is. Right, here we go. So that's no. I mean, these totally the same in terms of fabrication. No difference whatsoever. Okay, fair enough. So that's the wheels. Good. We know about them now. Let's have a look here. See, now on this particular one, they don't have that little antenna mounted at the front. I think the antenna on the G was mounted actually on the hull, and so there's no need to actually protect this. So that's one minor difference, definitely. But again, you know, you can see the print quality is very good for a G. Pull that out. Again, this is all the same, really. You know, you've got your wire cutters, pry bar, hammer, you know, axe. This probably won't be used as I mentioned earlier. It's a very nice detailed kit. Keep saying that, but it is. It is a nice detailed kit. This is the base of the hull, but I can't see any difference really here at all. These are the side elements. Again, I mean, look at the size of that from there to there. I mean, I know this is 1/35 scale, but how did, when they were operating, get some of the people? God, it must have been awful. And this one here, this sprue here, you can see they offer you an option on the different type of fenders on here. But again, that little aerial port's missing. So they've clearly, in part of their upgrade from the B to the G, which this is the G, they've removed that, and that's definitely gone onto the hull. I think we spoke about these. This is the bag that allows you to make an optional command vehicle. And back in the day, if I'd have known that as an Allied tanker, I know what vehicle I'd be shooting for. The one that looks like it's a command vehicle. So, and again, you know, you've got these sprues here. These are the sprues for the wheels, and I've shown you my little jig for the wheels. That was 3D printed by myself. It wasn't a design I had made myself. I used it from one of the sites, but it's very helpful. So, what do I think? Was it worth getting both? Yeah, I like the early tank. I think it's an excellent tank. I mean, the 38T. When was it? In the early 1930s, the Czechs actually. This was their tank. I think there was even one point where they were selling them to Sweden, and they had a 38S. I don't think it ever made it as far as Sweden, though. I think the Germans intercepted that batch and took them. And because the Sweden had already paid Czechoslovakia the money, I think there was no way of giving the money back. So I think they were given free license to actually build the tanks themselves in the end. So these were light tanks, 38 LTs in Czechoslovakia, in the Czechoslovakian area, when they were building these. LT light tank. When the Germans annexed Czechoslovakia, they took this tank, took over the production, reconfigured the production to make it, I think, more efficient for them. And then they suffixed it with T. And T stands for Czech in German, which is like TECH, which means Czech. So what they're saying is the 38T, 38 Czech tank. But yeah, two very good examples. Will I get the middle one? Not sure. I think 2's enough. But yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this mini review. Any questions? Pop them down in the comments. But yeah, that's the German Panzer 38T, Ausf B and Ausf G by HobbyBoss. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.